2023 was a record-breaking year for Rentman. Nowadays, we are serving over 250,000 users across more than 100 countries, creating more than 1 million projects a year. Can you imagine? I speak for the entire team of almost 90 colleagues when I say that we are extremely proud of those numbers, as we are committed to streamlining the operations of media and event production professionals every day. And today I would like to prove that by showing you all the product updates that came by this year that really stood out.
Short is media and event staffing set aside, scheduling crew doesn't necessarily have to be hard. We believe that the right tools could help crew planners overcome this. For instance, by filtering on skills of your crew, scheduling them on jobs, managing vehicle allocations and handling communication all in one place.
In October, Rentman released a job board, a new way to fill up your schedules in Rentman without sending a single manual invite to your crew. It is easy. With the job board, all you have to do is post up a new job and just let your team apply for it themselves. That way, you no longer have to waste time picking and choosing who you should invite to a gig, or sending out hundreds of job invitations one by one. With the job board, you save time and energy by letting your crew book themselves to your next job. Now in December, Rentman released custom lists, a super flexible way to help you plan crew faster by creating personalized crew planning lists, making finding the right person easier than ever before. Creating your first custom list is easy. Start by selecting one or more crew members, folders or tags you've stored in Rentman to create shortcuts that you can build personalized planning lists from. Use these lists to speed up your planning workflow and save yourself valuable time.
Equipment planning often starts seconds after the phone rings with a new inquiry. Now I'm sure that many people would agree with me when I say that equipment planning is a profession on its own. However, reality is that in 2023, just like 2022, the media and events industry was forced to ask less experienced people to perform this as well. That's why we were committed on easing up the learning curve.
Rentman constantly analyzes the equipment that you group together, so we can suggest similar combinations towards your colleagues. So think of equipment that is often booked together within a project type, equipment groups that are named a certain way, and so much more. At Rentman, we allow you to import objects as taken up in your drawing coming from Vectorworks, WYSIWYG, CAD, Capture, whatever else you're using, straight into your project. Needless to say, that is a huge time saver. Now, ever since March, we allow our users to match these objects coming from the visualization tool with their equipment as listed in Rentman. This way, this flow is way more streamlined and it allows you to import equipment from different resources as well. Gaffer, light bulbs, textiles, batteries, you name them. You see quite some consumables coming by in the media and events industry, and that's not without reason, of course. The Sales Equipment Shortages Overview will provide you an overview of all consumables that have hit the critical stock level point, a threshold you're able to set for every consumable as separately.
A big shout out to every company working in the media and event industry for your asset management skills. I mean, there's so much is going on. Everyday equipment going out, everyday equipment gets back. Sometimes it's damaged, sometimes it's incomplete, sometimes it's delayed, or it's worse, it doesn't come back at all. And the same day, it has to go out to already another customer location. If it doesn't sell bad enough, we know that you're also dealing with very expensive equipment, and for sure you want to know where it is located right now.
With the cross-docking view, you can see items returning and leaving your warehouse in the next 12, 24 or 48 hours. This is helpful as it will help you lower the amount of unnecessary handling of equipment within the warehouse. That's because you would know exactly which quantities to return to the shelf and what quantities to set aside for projects that's leaving soon. As of December, we improved overviews allowing you to track the status, location and responsible person for serialized items more accurately. Use the serial number module to get a complete overview of specific items that are delayed, in repair, incomplete, all in one place. Tailor Rentman to your logistical process and stay on top of your equipment's location at all times by setting custom statuses. It will enable you to understand where your equipment is at all times and what needs to be done next. Whether your equipment is in transit, or a cleaning, or a checkup follows, you can create a status to match your handling processes accurately. Manually counting hundreds of bulk items like cables is liable to mistakes, and it can take hours every week. With Rentman's RFID tracking, you'll save 3 to 4 hours per week and track items 18 times more accurately than traditional scanning. Despite the media and events industry is offering RFID a very harsh environment with all our metals like copper cables, magnets and speakers, aluminum trusses and so much more, RFID works. In April we were debuting RFID at PLS in Frankfurt and went to almost every fair after. If you were there, you would have seen a flight case packed with at least 60 cables and we would scan it 100% accurately over and over again. Scanning equipment, both the high-valued ones in bulk with RFID, is now made available for media and event professionals all across the world. If you want to find out more, consider downloading the RFID Holistic Report and check out geartracking.com to find out more information about our hardware. In addition to Rentman's multiple equipment locations feature, we started support transfer projects ever since January. This allows you to exchange equipment between stock locations and change ownership accordingly.
We have gotten a lot of feedback from our customers, particularly in the media and events industries, that have shown us why data security is increasingly important to their business. That's why we're committed to helping our users take measures to keep their data, both personal and professional, safe.
An ISO 27001 certificate proves our commitment to security and operational excellence. We received this certificate in April after assessing all the potential risks and drawing up measures to mitigate them. To keep it, every year we'll go for audits to prove that we are up to date. Ever since December, SSO providers like Apple, Google, Microsoft can be enforced on designated user roles, just like two-factor authentication, enabling you greater security and compliance. Have you heard? Rentman raised a $22 million investment from an Expedition Growth Capital. This investment, our first external capital since inception by the way, will help us accelerate a lot, platform developments included. A big thank you to all 250,000 users out there for a great 2023. With all this happening, we couldn't be more excited for 2024. So see you next year everyone. Bye, cheers.